Imagine walking through a foreign country and instantly understanding the language. No phone, no screen. Now imagine casually chatting with ChatGPT or listening to your favorite music and podcasts, all through a pair of lightweight glasses. That's exactly what the INMO Go AR smart glasses promise to deliver. These glasses promise to be your on-the-go AI assistant with ChatGPT integration, real-time translator, offering hands-free calling and music playback, and even showing you visual notifications. But the standout feature for me is live translation without needing to pull out your phone. So today, we're going to put the INMO Go glasses through its paces and see if it lives up to the hype. Quick heads up, this video is sponsored by INMO. They did send me these glasses on loan, but I do not get to keep them. And as always, I'll speak about the good features, as well as a few that I think could be improved. If you want to learn more about these glasses and do your own research on them, you can check out my link in the description below. So let's start with the basics, an unboxing and first impressions. So the packaging is super minimal, and you just get the bare essentials. The INMO Go glasses, a USB-C charging cable, cleaning cloth, and a portable carrying case. Design-wise, they look pretty normal. I mean, at first glance, you would probably never guess that these were smart glasses, aside from the slightly bulkier temples or the arms here. The fit is surprisingly great, especially if you have a wider face like mine. And they also come with these adjustable nose pads for comfort. They're made of lightweight polycarbonate, and they weigh in at just 52 grams, which makes them comfortable for all-day wear. Inside, there's a 220 mAh battery that charges via USB-C. And in practice, I found the battery life to be around 3 to 5 days depending on the usage. Alright, now on to the good stuff, the display. By the way, filming that little display has been like one of the trickiest things I've ever filmed. I think I found a way to film it somewhat accurately, but I don't think it's fully conveying just how good this is. Like, it's hard for me to take this out and about and film it and show you, but I've tried to. So hopefully it gives you a sense of what I'm seeing in the glasses, but just know that it doesn't compare to actually using the glasses. That's such a hard experience to convey on video. So hopefully this helps give you a sense of what it's like. So when you first put these on, you don't really see anything. Nothing will show up until you long press on the power button. Then a green display appears in your field of view. It's kind of like a lock screen. It shows you the time, the date, the battery life, and the current weather. The projection is only visible in your right eye, which does take some getting used to. And it's really similar to me to looking through binoculars with one lens. You know how you're trying to see with both eyes and I kind of have to align? Like, that's the whole experience of wearing these glasses and trying to see this display. I actually have the display on right now. I don't know if you can tell, but I am looking at it. So I don't think it's very visible to other people who are looking at you. The display itself is pretty bright. It gets up to 2000 nits, and even though it's only 640 by 480 resolution, I think it's pretty crisp and clear for reading text that's projected about 2 meters in front of you, which is basically what you're going to do when you're looking at this display. Now, once you connect the glasses to your phone via the INMO app, you unlock all the key features. You can stream music or audiobooks through the built-in speakers in the temples. The sound quality is pretty good and surprisingly private. Even at moderate volume, someone who's standing right next to you probably won't even notice that you're listening to anything. There's also a touchpad on the right temple for controls, so you can long press to play or pause, double tap to skip, or triple tap to go back. It's fairly intuitive. You can also make or take phone calls hands-free thanks to the built-in microphones. But what makes these glasses stand out is that visual element, especially when it comes to interacting with AI. So I have the glasses powered on. We're going to go ahead and start interacting with the AI assistant or ChatGPT and see how well it does. What's the current time in Tokyo, Japan?
The current time in Tokyo, Japan is 18 hours 44 minutes and 50 seconds on Thursday, April 10th, 2025.
What's the current conversion between Japanese yen and US dollars at the moment?
As of the latest update, 1 Japanese yen JPY is approximately equal to 0.0075 US dollars USD. Please note that exchange rates can fluctuate, so it's a good idea to check a reliable financial source for the most current rate.
So I thought that went pretty well. You guys couldn't see it in this case, but every time I asked the question and also the answers, I was seeing the text in front of my eyes in that little display. So that was kind of nice. And also, the glasses were reading it back to me. You can choose what kind of voice if you want a male or a female voice. And so I thought that the voice read it back pretty naturally. Didn't sound very robotic at all. So just imagine doing that on the go. Like you're walking around being like, oh yeah, I forgot to check, the conversion rates between whatever currency I'm in. If I'm in a foreign country, I want to know how it is today. You can just stop and ask your glasses, and it can give you an answer or something to, if you're not sure what to pack when you're going for your trip, or you're just, spur of the moment questions. I'm always, thinking of questions on the go. And a lot of times I stop and I write down the question. I'm like, oh, I'm going to research this later. But this could help you do some of that preliminary research on the go and without having to take your phone out, which is so nice. Now, one feature I did not expect to love as much as I did was the built-in teleprompter. Within the INMO app, you can paste a script or an outline, and the text scrolls across the display of your glasses as you're talking. You can adjust the font size and the scroll speed as well. It's perfect for giving presentations, filming talking head video segments like this, or even just keeping notes and text specs in view. It's way more discreet than using a bulky camera-mounted teleprompter, and it helps keep you on track. But now let's get into the most exciting feature, live translation. There are two translation modes. There's voice translation, which you would use for listening to speeches, videos, or conversations. And there's the dialogue translation, which you would use for real-time back and forth communication. INMO Go currently supports 11 languages, including English, Japanese, Korean, Spanish, and more.
すいません。
はい
初めて来たんですけど、
はい。
おすすめは何ですか？
おすすめは鉄板あんかけスパになります。
あ、これ、
はい。
名古屋名物の
はい、そうですね。
美味しそうですね。
はい。
じゃあ、これを
はい。
一つ
はい。
お願いします。
単品でよかったですか？
はい、単品で
はい
一つお願いします。
はい、少々お待ちください。
Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait de beau aujourd'hui?
s'est promené.
Vous êtes promené sur Cannes?
Oui, sur Cannes, oui.
Sur la Croisette?
La Croisette, et on est allé au marché ce matin. Enfin, le marché Fortville. Bon, puis on est allé tantôt promener même en ville.
Oui, dans Antibes, tout ça.
D'Antibes.
Ça vous a plu? Vous avez passé une bonne journée?
Très bonne.
Ah, très bien, très bien. Un peu moins de soleil qu'hier, mais
Ouais, pas beaucoup, hein. C'était un peu dur aujourd'hui.
moins de vent.
Moins de vent. Donc du coup, c'est soit l'un, soit l'autre.
Voilà.
Ah, c'est ça? Bon, bah, content que vous ayez passé une bonne journée.
I found the translation to be surprisingly accurate. The only limitation is that the subtitles appear as text only. It doesn't narrate the translation, which would have been a really nice future feature to have. So dialogue translation is a little bit more complex because it requires a bit more work. It's not so passive. So I'm going to show you what's going on, and then I'll come back and explain it in case you're not sure what's going on. American desu ka? Yes, I'm American. Where are you from?
はい、私はアメリカ人です。ご出身は
Tokyo 出身です。アメリカは大きいですか? Yes, it's very big. Bigger than Japan.
はい、とても大きいです。日本よりも大きいです。
家族と東京に行きましたか? Yes, my family went to Tokyo with me and we loved it there.
はい、家族で一緒に東京に行ってとても楽しかったです。
So I know that might have looked really confusing because I was essentially having a conversation with myself. So to explain what was going on, so in dialogue translation, you have it enabled, and then the glasses are continually listening. And you have to select the right input of what language to listen for, otherwise the translation can get a little weird. So make sure that that's correct. But the glasses will listen for the language that you've detected that you want translated. And anytime it hears that language, it'll start to translate it for you. And you'll see the text, the translated text appear on the glasses. And so you can read the translation. You can also see it in the phone app. And then if you want to respond, you would need to use the phone app, but you pick up the phone app, you press on that little microphone button, and then it listens, you can speak into it, and it'll translate it. It'll show the text translated, but it'll also read the text. So then you could, pump up the volume on the phone and, have the other person that you're talking with listen to what the phone translates. So it's pretty neat. I could definitely see this being really helpful whenever I'm in Japan. I'm probably going to bring these glasses with me. I'll try to insert some footage and show you guys how it works. But I could see it being really helpful just for like short little transactions. Maybe as I get more comfortable with the glasses, I would venture into longer conversations. But at the very least, ordering at a restaurant, trying to find directions, trying to figure out, if this comes in my size or if they have alternatives of some product if I'm going shopping. I think this could be really helpful because, you can study language all you want. If you haven't, thoroughly studied it, you can prepare. But I always think like it's doing that kind of language study is good for giving you basics, but they can't prepare you for all situations. And so that's when you might want to use a translator of some kind. Now you might be wondering, as I was wondering, how does this compare to using something like Google Translate or Apple Translate or the many phone app translators that are out there and for free and already available on your phone? And I would say that there are some similarities, but this experience I think is overall more superior. I would say one thing that is not as good to using something like Google Translate is that it's meant to do like one sentence at a time. For this method of translation, you could go on and on, like for sentences at a time, like whole paragraphs. But for Google Translate, I feel like it's really meant to be like one sentence, maybe two sentences at a time, so slightly shorter dialogues. And both you and the person that you're talking with would have to have their phones out. So it's like you're talking to your phone, and then the phone is talking to the other person, and the other person talks to their phone, and then you talk to their phone. So it just feels a lot more impersonal that way. I mean, it still can get the job done, but doing this with the glasses, I mean, there is still an element of the phone being involved, but just because you have the translation in front of you, you can feel a bit more present than being fully sucked into your phone and focusing so much on the phone. That gives you more opportunities to really dive into the environment and also the person that you're talking with. I feel like there's so many nuances to, physical behavior, like how a person's face is reacting, the body language, things like that, where if you're so focused on your phone translating that you miss all of those other cues. And so this way you can, be a little bit more present and in the moment while still being able to communicate really thoroughly in a foreign language, which I think is huge. But of course, no product is perfect. Here are a few things I think could be improved. First, the included glasses case could be a bit more durable. The inside looks pretty solid, but the outside, I find that it's been picking up smudges really easily. Like I've barely done anything with it and I've already got smudges on it. I would also love to see more frame styles and colors for people who might want a different style. Personally, I actually think that these look pretty decent on me. They definitely fit really well. But for other people, maybe that isn't the case. So it'd be nice to have some more flexible styles and colors. And finally, the single-eyed projection takes a bit of getting used to. A dual-eye projection would be a lot more natural, especially for wearing these for an extended period of time, but I do understand that it might be a technological restriction because other similar glasses that have these displays also limit the visibility to only one eye. So maybe that's something that is just a restriction with the technology at the moment, but if you could evenly see the display with both eyes, I think that would be a lot more natural feeling. So at around $400, the INMO Go smart glasses are not exactly cheap. But for what you're getting, especially with the AR display and the AI features, I think they're competitively priced. So if you're into wearable tech or you do a lot of traveling, these glasses offer a really compelling experience, at least in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Would you wear a pair of smart glasses like this? And if so, how often would you wear them? And what would you do with them? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think, because I am branching out and trying to cover different types of tech that are not just limited to cameras. So let me know how I'm doing, or other types of tech that are not camera related that you'd like to see covered on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.